Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this chilling tale. A tale that continues to haunt the minds of many to this day. Our story begins nearly an entire decade ago with the worldwide release of Pokemon X and Y. Now these games are definitely very flawed when looking at them these days, especially when it came out just a year after the greatest game in God's creation. Game Freak's complacency in maintaining their new game's quality continued to show throughout the years. This story isn't about that, for you see, before the Paldean glitch frenzy, before the Galarian Thanos snap, we had the curse of the Sky Battle! On the 12th of October 2013, the release date of Pokemon X and Y, reports would instantly be received from the many players of the world regarding this awful curse that seemed to have appeared out of thin air. It is a curse that has had no cure found, due to the laziness of the modern day Game Freak. But what is this curse, and what has it done to the Pokemon we know and love? Well, from what we understand, it is a disease that seems to have affected nearly all flying types, as well as many Pokemon with the levitate ability. From our latest research, we have been able to discover two different types of infections that this curse can cause. Let us start with the most fatal of the two, the T-pose effect. This effect causes any Pokemon who have caught it to remain motionless in the air, almost as if they are hovering, drifting maybe. Fan favourite flying types such as Swellow and Skarmory have fallen victim to this effect. Rumours have gone around various social groups that the reason for their exclusion from the Paldean Pokédex is because of the immense pain they are both currently dealing with due to this awful infection. However, that's all it is, a rumour. We shall have to see if they return to the Pokédex as part of the future DLC to further investigate this. Thankfully, the T-pose effect is the much rarer form of the two. Let us move on to the more common infection, the stationary effect. This effect causes the Pokemon who have caught this to also remain in a singular position. However, they still show signs of movement. When it comes to flying types who suffer with this effect, it is incredibly common to see them flapping their wings, almost as if they would hit the ground if they did stop flapping their wings. As for Pokemon with the levitate ability, Electros is a very sad case. It seems to have taken the form of a used condom, swimming in mid-air with no signs of stopping. It is an upsetting scene to witness. A year later, with the release of Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, we saw this curse go a step beyond, with a certain veteran flyer, Pidgeot. Pidgeot was another victim of the stationary effect during X and Y. A year later, a megaform was discovered for the majestic bird, but it seems like this was a deal made with the devil. In exchange for getting a mega of its own, Pidgeot would become the next victim of the T-pose effect once the process of mega evolution had been complete. Truly awful scenes. But why, you may ask? Well, as I touched upon before, the incompetence, the laziness of the modern day Game Freak. You see, these models were originally created to fit a certain mechanic that X and Y introduced, the Sky Battles, hence why we call this the Sky Battle Curse. There's not much to say when it comes to Sky Battles. Your Pokemon take to the skies to do battle, hence why only flyers and those with the levitating resistance against the ground could take part in this. Due to this battle type's creation, however, a setback was caused that we are still reeling from to this very day. From that point on, all flyers would be succumbed to this dreadful curse. All for the simple fact, Game Freak did not have it in themselves to make multiple models of said flying types. It truly is a sad sight to see, especially when the almighty Pokemon community have shown us the way, the bright future we would have with these Pokemon having standing models. Imagine if we had had these in a proper Game Freak made Pokemon game. So many things would have been avoided. Vince McMahon would have not come back to the WWE this year. Sonic Forces may have actually been a good game. The dreaded 2017 loot box fiasco of Battlefront 2 would have never happened. All these events and so much more could have been avoided if it hadn't have been for this one lazy decision to cause immense pain and torture to our flyers of the Pokemon world. I ask that one day a cure is made for this dreaded curse. New models are made for these flyers. Relieve the torture. Save the flying types from the curse of the Sky Battle.